don't see any coronaviruses coming around or doing anything. There was a herd of them earlier over that way, but I quickly came over here. But just right over there, I can just barely see it. There's a cruise liner called the Princess who has over 1,000 people trapped on it with the virus going wild inside. We're not going to talk about that today. Or are we? Well, I'm going to go down this way. Might be a little quieter. Won't get as many chainsaw noises while they continue to cut down San Francisco's trees. Alright, this looks like a pretty good spot. Doesn't look like anybody's coming around. So, because of the time of the year and the season and all its politics today. So as we know, here in the U.S., this election is the most important election the U.S. has ever had, or the world, because it's an election for the survival of the planet. There's only one candidate that can do it. Only one. Right now, he was thrown under the bus, as we predicted he would be. Bernie Sanders, the U.S. presidential election, train came along called the DNC and threw Bernie under the bus. Bernie was so high in the polls, and then suddenly, like a switch, Super Tuesday, the next day comes, and suddenly he loses almost everything. Isn't that convenient? And we're expected to take this, which we will. Our society is well trained. I've been in politics for 50 some odd years, and I've seen this over and over and over in the U.S. and other elections. Is there really an honest and fair election anywhere on the planet? It certainly isn't the U.S. So Bernie Sanders the other day was having a rally, and one of the Trump supporters went in there and unfurled a Nazi banner. There were lots of cheers going on for Sanders, and then suddenly, when the people saw the banner unrolled, they suddenly turned to loud boos, and so it should be. And now the polls have been nicely changed in favor of Biden. The latest poll, 48.1% goes to Biden, 43.7% goes to Bernie Sanders. This is obvious. This is so obvious, but yet, is anybody doing anything about it? No. Nancy Pelosi's quiet. Bernie Sanders supporters are quiet. Not a sign of it. No. Oh, bee down there. It's just unbelievable. Every time this happens, and then I end up voting independent. If Bernie is not the nominee, I will vote independent. Period. I do not vote just because it's a different color on the pig. The pig is a right-wing pig. It's got Republicans and Democrats in it. They're kind of the same. Democrats are a little bit less obvious than the Republicans. But, oops, hang on a minute.
You.
Hello.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
It's just us.
Oh, two of you.
Yeah.
Okay, a little less wind down here. So if you expect that Biden is going to do anything to save our planet environmentally or give us health care, he says he's going to give us the same lame duck crap that Obama gave us. And he thinks that's a winning hand. Of course that's not a winning hand. I don't know who lies more, Biden or Trump. And talk about insane. Biden is insane, just like Trump. What are we going to do? Put two insane people back to back in charge of the world? This has got to be... something's just not right here. A lot of the Trump supporters wanted Trump in because he was anti-war and anti-establishment. Well, let's just see just how well his anti-establishment is going. You won't believe this one. The U.S. is going to expand its nuclear capacity with a new type of low-yield weapons. These are the low ones, the ones you can put on submarines and drop from planes. And They're about the size of Hiroshimas, or a little smaller. That's not all. So Trump's new strategy is to launch a new war using nuclear weapons. He will use them as an option for a first strike on his new wars that he has planned for Venezuela and a few other countries. Maybe Iran, Russia? I don't know about Russia. We still don't know what the hell is going on with Putin and the Orange Man, but apparently they're having a falling out. So Trump is bragging that his new proposal is a new viable option to war. Something's not right. Russian foreign minister said today, this is not good, that the U.S. should stick to its non-proliferation of reduction goals, so that they reduce their nuclear weapons to the goals in the treaty that Trump dumped, so that he could put on his new low-yield weaponry and go to war with that. Unbelievable that this is actually happening. But that's not the worst thing that's going on in politics. The Orange Man the other day said that the CDC was wrong, and he did not think that we should not follow the CDC's guidelines, which says that if you feel sick, don't go to work. Trump saying, oh, some people have a very mild, they can go to work and still work with this. It's no big deal. He has a hunch that the CDC is wrong on this, that people that are infected could go to work without any problem at all. The coronavirus at the time of this video is at 3.4% global death rate is what it is at right now. And this fool in the White House is saying go to work if you feel sick. You know, the money is all that counts anyway. Who cares about plebs and poor people anyway? So what if they get sick, right? They're a dime a dozen, according to the Orange Man. Now the question is, what happens if they dump Bernie and they put Biden in, or Trump back in? Will there be any need for this video series? Not particularly, because it'll be all over them. Bernie does not get the nomination and win the presidency, the world is sunk, and I am absolutely convinced of that. It is down to the wire, and the people are failing, just like they've been failing all along. They're not out in the streets trying to get Bernie voters. They're not protesting against all the illegal vote scamming that's going on in the U.S. So the question is, do we deserve it? Well, the problem with losing humans, it's not that we're losing humans that's so bad. It's that if we lose humans, we lose the containment of all the nuclear power plants and other nuclear devices that need humans to keep them cool and not melting down and going off. It's about 100 nuclear plants and other nuclear facilities that work with nuclear material. And all that will be unattended and will spew all over the planet and kill off pretty much all of life and our beautiful blue planet. But I have a feeling there are a lot of people that are looking forward to it, saying that's just too bad. I can't stand people like that. They give up so easily. Well, with the planet on the verge of a complete and total collapse, I think it's time to move on. I've had a lot of pain in my shoulders. It's impossible for me to sleep anymore. I can't stand this aging thing. We need health care, universal health care for everybody. And if you think that you can afford to pay for health care in the U.S., you better make about $250,000 a year before you can even begin to pay for it. All right, hey guys, the bluebells are out right over here. Let's go take a look at them. They're the prettiest flower. They grow native and wild here in San Francisco. This year we're not having many flowers because of the dry weather. Let's go over and look at these. They're really blue. So, I appreciate all the ups, the downs, and the new subscribers. Hard to bring my hand up, it really hurts. Until next time.